Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Prospect eSports Showdown GOATS tournament. This is week 4. Going to be the broadcast today. We're going to be watching the Peachimaris playing against Prospect Solo Ult Academy. Here hosting for you guys tonight, I am Lord Thethan, joined by the Alligator. Alligator, how you doing?
Hey man, thanks for that fantastic introduction. As you said, we've got quite the match in our hands, the Peachmaris against PSU Academy. How's it looking for you today? How's it looking?
It's honestly, it's been a good day so far. I got to play a little competitive myself, so I am in the groove. I am I am immersed in the game already, but I'm about to be even more immersed. Goat's composition is one of my personal favorite comps, as as anyone who's watching who's heard me cast before would very well know. And Prospect Solo Academy have been a really good performer during the GOATS tournament. Right now, they're standing at number 2 seed, which as this week is the last week of the regular season, we'll be heading into playoffs. And Prospect Solo Academy, they've already secured their playoff position. What they haven't secured is their seed quite yet. Depending on how the stars align for this tournament, Peachamaris actually has an opportunity not to play in the playoffs, but possibly to lower the seed at which Prospect Solo Academy enters the playoffs, and that would be really ideal for them, I think.
Yeah, that is correct. Peachmaris today are trying to play spoiler for Prospect Sol Alt Academy. As you said, the seed is everything that matters now. Looking into that playoffs in week 5, which could potentially eventually lead to a grand finals in what would be week 6. And yeah, of course, you want to have the better seed because that means you have a better chance at going through in those playoffs. So PSG Academy trying to get the win here. Uh, Going off of the standings, they most probably will. They're definitely the favorite team, I'd say, with a record of 5 wins and only 1 lose. To Pichimari's 2 and 4 in wins and losses respectively. So yeah, it seems like it's very one-sided, but you never know how it's going to go.
Yeah, and definitely the favorites for this team or for this series is going to be Prospect Solo Academy. Again, maybe we'll see something really impressive from Peachamaris today. We'll be heading up very shortly into our first map. It's going to be Control Point. We'll be heading to Busan. And make sure, guys, that you're also casting your predictions for the victor of this first map. Rack up those channel points so that maybe one day you guys can join us here in the casting booth and other myriad benefits here. So Busan, Alligator, this is one is interesting to me. Busan didn't release until after roll queue was implemented into the game. So so I love watching these new maps played with this kind of classic composition.
Yeah, that was something I was going to say. I don't know who set me up with you, but goats, really? So I'm casting with a guy that loves goats.
Oh
I mean,
yes,
it's gotta be the most hated composition in the history of the game.
it's so divisive. Yeah.
Okay. Jokes aside, yeah, it's going to be very interesting how this classic, as you call it, composition behaves against this more modern, you could call it, map.
Mhm.
And it looks like we're going to have a complete mirror. We know there are variants of goats, but yeah, we're going the classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting how these two teams match up on exactly the same heroes.
It's interesting that you mentioned the different varieties of goats because you know, you got like Sombra and Mora goats, and really for the tournament here, it's just 3 healers, 3 tanks. And speaking of healers, there goes Derpy, picked out of the fight early there. So sustain here for Peachamaris is going to weaken. And because of the tanks are going to feel that, Weasel, Hippie, Trashly all going down. A very quick team fight here resolving for Prospect Solo Academy. Forget the objective, win the team fight. Solo Academy is calling out to each other, and now they'll get the first capture.
Okay. I'm seeing things from Hoey Kisser that shouldn't be shown in the broadcast. I mean, you saw that fight. He was up to 70 energy. He's on high energy permanently, as it seems, with being retired as the main tank. And he got a shatter and he used it at the end of the fight when he was already won. That's 5 PM. And here they go again. There's no stopping them. Homie Kisser at 100 energy is going to get his grab more quickly than half of the other team's ults.
And Derpy Elf going in for the counter pin, the counter bash really there. Trying to compensate for that, for the damage onto Weasel Cake on the Reinhardt there. It's just, they're crumpling under the weight of the output here for Prospect Solo Academy. And there's a Graviton Surge against the wall, and it's going to be another team kill here, I think. Star gets demeched, might get staggered, Trashly picked out before they can even get back to spawn. Oh no, don't stagger Star,
Oh,
don't
the
solo
shatter, the solo
Star.
shatter. Oh my god, the disrespect. And you've got to remember, because this is GOATS, it's all about the ults. It's ult when you fight. Ultimately, it's no gameplay, it's brain dead gameplay, we all know that, and it's all about the ult economy. So, if PSG Academy can manage their ult well, they could very much keep this stagger on forever, but as I say that, it's an ult fest, and we don't know who's winning, really.
Right now, could go either way. A lot of massive ult exchange here. Trashly is going to be victim here for the Peachimari's. Derpy going down to the pin from Bin retired, and it looks like the fight here will resolve in favor of Prospect Solo Academy. It doesn't seem to me that Peachimari's is even going to have the opportunity to touch here. Another solo shatter onto Star from Bin retired. Leave him alone.
Oh, that is disgusting. I mean, yeah, in the end, oh my god, the grab onto the spawn.
There's no chance of touching.
Please, someone stop them. This is disgusting. I can't believe what my eyes are seeing.
It's brutal. It's a blood sacrifice to old Brigitte. You remember when she had a 600 HP barrier and her bash did 50 damage? She had on a cooldown of like 4 or 5 seconds, and it's all sacrifices that she may one day make a triumphant return, maybe in the context of 5v5.
Hey, that was the magic of GOATS. It was 4 tanks and 3 healers, really. You played with Brig as a tank and a healer doubling up.
Yeah, I remember, because those hybrid heroes were actually, really that was what Overwatch was exploring to kind of fix the meta issues, and finally we find the solution in 2-2-2, but really it just ends up excluding compositions like this one, the GOATS comp, and it's all built off of the speedy engagements and the long team fights, which is going to break out here in the middle area of downtown. That's where we are now here on Busan. Defense Matrix being spared for both teams. Shield resources for Weasel Cake going low, and with the Discord Orb on there, they aren't going to survive the Fire Strike from Bin retired. Now with the clearance, they're going to go in for the pin onto Hippie. Shatter coming out onto the DMX Star yet again, and the rest of Peachimari's will collapse in the choke. Once again, no need to play the objective if you can just win the team fight first.
Yeah, okay, this is so wrong. Like, in my comp games, when I solo Shatter, I always lose the fight. My teammates play me. When Be Retired does it, it's because the fight is won. It's because they're doing amazing. What am I doing wrong?
It might be, it might be kind of a little bit of a team diff there. Bin retired has the rest of the formation right behind them, playing so close together. There's really no care that needs to be spared. There's the Graviton Surge lobbed in the air by Homie Kisser. It's gonna drop outside the spawn harmlessly in front of the doors. Weasel Cake will finally be able to exit. Preceding them is the rest of the formation for Peachimari's, and now I think the rally coming out from Salad means that it's time for an engagement, but they're going to get trapped by a Graviton Surge here. Beat spared in response to keep them up, and still, despite the offensive resources spared from Hippie there, the fight will still be here. It'll be a win for Prospect Solo Academy.
Okay, jokes aside, how do you allow that to happen? So Trashly dies first in that fight, and how they've been getting spawn trapped. The Transcendence is the only way you can get out of spawn, and they're holding on to it like there's no tomorrow. There's going to be no tomorrow if they don't use it.
No, but they do, and they use the beat at the same time as well, which means there's no mitigation for the shatter onto Weasel Cake from Bin retired. Bomb is going to come up in the air from Star, but it won't secure anything. Looking for the remet kill. Star's trying to close the distance, but ends up getting picked out by Homie Kisser, who already has another grab.
Oh no, don't do this. No,
not again.
The first
time.
That one isn't coming back. Oh yeah, it is. I thought it was going over the building. I don't know if that's possible.
Came right back down, but it didn't trap anyone.
Yeah, well, does it really matter?
No, it looks like the fight here will be for Prospects.
Oh wow!
Look, Weasel gets a big shatter here for Peachimari. Now Salad does find them out. Oh, but there's no opportunity to touch here. What a big shatter from Weasel Cake on the Reinhardt. We've gotten to see Weasel Cake make good plays on the Rhine as well. But ultimately, it's really to no avail. SFX, the only classic composition is all Winstons. Oh, I remember that. I remember losing comp games to all Winstons. That is brutal. Here's play of the game from Bin Retired. The boot, actually, from, oh goodness, it was, who was it? The boot from Linky on Lucio ends up being Hippie's demise there. And in our first map, our first map is going to be going to Prospect Solo Academy.
Yeah, and that shatter at the end reminded me of that famous Simpsons scene. That's a great sprint. I don't remember the name of the horse. It wasn't a horse race. It's a pity that the race was already over. So yeah, you can get a 4-man shatter, but if it's already at 99%, does it really matter though? We've seen Peachimari get rolled, so yeah, I guess that's a consolation prize for the first map. GG go next.
Yeah. And it looks like, here's the interesting thing about week 4 of the regular season here for the GOATS tournament. Map 2 is going to be our Assault category, but our options for Assault this week is Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris.
Yeah,
Alligator,
okay, what
let me know
the
what your thoughts
actual
are on that
heck?
one.
I mean, okay, we've got the worst comp in the game, the 2 worst maps in the game. Uh, what else can you ask for, really? I mean, we all know what happens with Paris and HLC. We've seen them in Overwatch League pro level, but only back in season 1, I think season 2 a little bit as well. But yeah, they're terrible maps. They're both 2CP Assault, as it's technically called, maps, but they're very different for the reasons they're horrible. In the case of Paris, it's because of the small choke points, right, at the beginning of the first point, that you can get trapped really easily in that street section, and then if you manage to capture the first point, um, you can take a nap, take a good rest, watch the Lord of the Rings, the whole trilogy, while you get to the second point, because it's actually the longest walk from spawn to point in the entire game.
It's,
On the other hand, in Horizon Lunar Colony, the walk from first point to second is so quick, it is almost impossible to avoid a snowball on the side of the defenders, and the only thing that saves them is what we all hate about 2CP, the close defender spawns.
yeah.
But yeah, to opposite maps, it seems like we were going to Paris in the end. So yeah, got your popcorn ready.
Yeah. Peachimari says, you know what, if you're going to turn our spawn doors into the impassable gates of Oblivion, then we might as well do it in an immensely aesthetically pleasing map like Paris. Here, starting on the defense, is going to be Prospect Solo Academy, looking to make this this map and therefore this series a relatively quick and quick endeavor, excuse me. And here we have an interesting composition emerging from the side of Peachimari's. Alligator, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, okay, this is definitely not goes. I mean, I'm sorry, it could be a spawn tropics, we all know what happens, but like with 10 seconds to go, it does seem like they're going to stick on it. It's some sort of double shield bunker, with Bap as the main healer, I guess?
Yeah,
Even though he's usually a flex support, but I don't know, I'm confused. Like, this is not Neo Goats, this is like, Neo Goats V2 or something.
This is souped up Goats composition with a couple of shields to boot, but you're curious about where the damage is going to be. And here, as Prospect Solo doesn't waste a beat going in. It's Savant who finds the first blood onto Weaselcake, and the rest of Peachimari's will collapse from there. The discords from Savant, it's just too massive to mitigate, and the double shield isn't really going to matter when the only damage you have going into those shields is coming from Savant and Ansel. Homie Kisser is strict on the lob, alt fires around the shields, and Ben Retired just wants to move in and press M1.
Let's get you back out there.
Yeah, and I mean, Goats, as we mentioned before, it's supposed to be ults where you fight, like that is basically Goats brain dead, lol, go next. But these ults are powerful ults, like the ones using Goats. They're Transcendence, Diva Bomb, Rally, Grab, Shatter, Beat. They can turn a fight around on its own, even if you're at a numbers disadvantage. But the ults that we're seeing from the Peachmaris, that, by the way, are getting trapped in a corner, and this is absolutely disgusting. Someone take it away from me. Like, yeah, go to a commercial break or something. The PG rated. We should not be showing this. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, as I was saying, here, what do we have? We have Flux. Yeah, Flux is a very good ult. Amplification Matrix coupled with the Immortality Field, the Lamp, and Transcendence. That's it. You've got the Bongo. That, yeah, you've got to amplify the damage, but what damage?
Yeah, exactly.
And then the Hog pushback, or the whole Hog ult. That, I mean, yeah, you can throw some people off of the side of this first point, but I don't think that's going to ever happen.
Oh my goodness, there's a grab.
No.
Retired. It's gonna get lanky. And as the Flux does come out, as well as the bomb, but the bomb from Ansel is bigger than anything Peachimari's had, and they're just gonna be sent right back to spawn. Here's the thing about this composition that we're looking at, Alligator. It seems to me, honestly, there is a way that I see any one of these 6 heroes that the Peachimari's is running to fit into the context against a Goat's composition, right? You can count on Hippie on the Roadhog to get someone out of position with the hook. You've got lots of damage amp from Mercy, Zen, Baptiste, and Orisa ult, which is going to be deployed here around the corner. But, it's just this ends up being some kind of Frankenstein creation here, where the Bongo's deployed, but there's really no follow-up there, and the Shatters and Beat are both going to come out from Prospect Solid Academy. Been Retired, going on the aggressive, and just really cleaning up that fight. Salad is right behind them, keeping them up in the fight, and Savant is maintaining a healthy distance, making sure that all damage is significant or lethal.
Yeah, no, I mean, they can afford to, I'm gonna say waste, although it's not really a waste, they're winning fights. They just throw ults at Peachimari's because they build them up so quickly. Here at this choke, they can just pump in damage. Now they've got to be careful about the window. Valk is coming in with a bit of utility, and Transcendence is probably gonna get popped up at some point in this fight. But yeah, they're building up ults so quickly, and the Peachimari's have no chance to respond.
Well, and even outside that, as Star is eliminated, we can see that, really the lifespan of these team fights is so short that Goats comp, which favors the lengthy team fight, oh man, Ben Retired, look at him lighting up the kill feed there. And Savant finds Hippie as well. Goats comp, which relies on these on these long team fights to build those ultimates, that's not what we're seeing here. Because of the composition from the attacking Peachimari's, these team fights are resolving really, really quickly. And so, like you said, not only are they building ults really quickly, but Prospect Solo Ult Academy is also ending the fights really quickly.
Yeah, and also due to the nature of these 2CP maps, as we were talking before, that choke point becomes deadly for Peachimari's because they're getting farmed and the ults are coming up online so quickly. And actually, as a curious stat line, I don't think any member of PSU Academy died in the whole length of that map, and I don't think they even did in the previous map. PSU Academy is sitting right now at about 5 total deaths in 2 maps between all the team members, and they came in the beginning of the scrappy fight in the downtown point in Busan, and that is it. They're getting Peachimari's are getting wrecked. I don't want to say this. I don't want to be rude, but
well,
yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's definitely what we're seeing. There's not a lot of resistance coming out from the now defending Peachimari squad, tasked with a difficult endeavor
They're
here
not
of holding this
swapping.
objective.
What
And
is
yeah,
happening?
they're opting for this Frankenstein comp.
Yeah, I mean, they went ball to touch because PSG only have to get one tick, which they would probably do as soon as they get ults. That is what GOATS is all about. But here, I don't know. If it didn't work before, why would it work now? And we're seeing it. It's already 2 down for Peachimari, 3, and
Yeah.
it's a snowball from here.
The immortality field and the res are brought back all in the interest of as an investment into Star, who ends up coming back and just dying once again. Old charge for Ben retired. He had 68%, but it doesn't matter. We don't need another shatter with 3:28 remaining in the time bank. Prospect Solo Academy is going to capture that objective and therefore take another decisive win here for this series. The score is now 3-2 here in the regular season. It is a 1-3 format as opposed to our playoffs, which are going to get really exciting. 1-4, and here's play the game. Look at this skill. Oh my goodness, the W, the M1. They're swinging and flailing around. I mean, only players.
this is peak GOATs. Like
It's
Brig play of the game is peak GOATs.
yeah, Salad
Whether
just
you like it or not, whether she has been nerfed or not, it's just reminiscent of good old times when she was the most OP character in the game. But again, every character is OP at one point or another.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
And in the context of the composition, it's all Brig. You know, all you need is
It's all about the Brig.
all you need is just, you know, low elo console mechanics, and you can get some serious value with her. You know, right now we're looking at you know, what will likely be a relatively quick series here between these two teams, possibly resolving in the favor of Prospect Solo Ult Academy. But the series is not over yet. Every map will be match point from here on out. But you guys are definitely going to want to stick around, see if Peachimari can maybe take a map from the dominant team for now. You guys hang in there. We'll be back after a brief break. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for not going anywhere. You guys definitely want to catch the rest of this series, regardless of how short or long it's going to be. Here in the matchup between Peachimari's and Prospect Solo Academy, Prospect putting on a really good dominant display. What looks to be from just a regular observer, a mastery or proficiency over the Goats comp, but things might change. Should come back from a break. We'll be heading into our map 3 shortly. That will be Hollywood. And I mean, I don't know. Alligator, do you think that Peachimari's is going to be able to at least take this map from Prospect Solo Academy?
Okay, this is going to sound stupid, but if they're going to do it in a map, it's gotta be this one. Not only because they're at serious point, if they lose this, they're out 3-0. Also because it is I'd say from all the ones that we have played in this series, the one that offers more flexibility in terms of goats. We've seen them uh mess around with that comp, with that Orisa, Hogball, Sigma, what was it, Baptiste and Mercy too. The only like goats E element we saw was the Zen. And even the Zen I'm not too proud about Trashly's Transcendence usage, but we'll leave that for another time. This map, Hollywood, is very open, nothing like Busan and Paris. So yeah, you've got plenty of space. You can swap around some heroes, maybe try the Moira we were mentioning before, one of the variants, classic variants, I'd say, of goats, one of the first ones that popped up. So yeah, they've got the space to do it. Maybe if they can capture the first point before they go into the streets phase, and even in the streets phase, it's pretty open. So like I think their problems would come at the end. So yeah, we'll cross a river when we get there.
Yeah, and you make some good observations. It's interesting because Peachimari's opted here for Hollywood instead of Kings Row. Perhaps the ultimate victory for Peachimari's was stripping the opportunity to play Kings Row from Prospect Solo Academy. But as you bring up the different aspects of the map design, particularly that streets phase, the throws of high ground over it. It does beg the question of kind of what are the terms of the engagements, or what kinds of terms of engagements are we going to be seeing from either of these teams? Here, starting for the defense, Prospect Solo Academy, once again looking to make it a quick series, is going to be looking to full hold the objective, and again against this wonky composition that Peachimari's has opted for. I think that they might have a good shot at it.
Okay, so yeah, the conditions for PSG Academy are pretty obvious. There's this big archway here in Hollywood at the beginning of the map. I'm pretty sure comp enthusiasts will recognize it as the entrance to Gulcher Studios. And yeah, it's basically what we've been talking about. It's the choke points that Peachimari's have struggled with, or rather, where PSU have been dominant. So if they can get past this point, then they can engage. I was going to say with Diva Bombs or something, but they're obviously not going for that. They have been swapping around. Star played the Sigma before, Weasel played the Orisa, and Derpy played the Hog, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe a change of players, but not heroes, will be useful, as well as a Brig.
Yeah, having Linky on the Brig might actually be pretty influential. Derpy is going to mount the Sigma instead of playing support like they have been. And despite trying to push through that choke, things were looking like they had a little bit of space to work with there. But, I mean, for every action, there was an equal and opposite reaction. Actually, in this case, it was a greater reaction here from Prospect Solo Academy, rushing through the choke and just ruining the space that Peachimari's had to work with.
Yeah, but look at them. They're backing up. They're backing away. Because they know in this very open space, they can get caught out. But by this composition, Hippie already has a Matrix online. And even though Beer Retired has a Shatter, they have to be careful. Because they can get caught out.
There's oh man, look at the Shatter from Been Retired. It drops 3, who are all eager to use the utility of the Amplification Matrix. There's the Bell. Athena calling to us that that was a team kill if it wasn't obvious for all of you who are watching. And yeah, just massive shatter from Been Retired is going to have another one relatively soon as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the magic of Reinhardt, isn't it? Oh my God, he's charging and he doesn't care about anything. He's
No,
die.
because yeah,
No,
look,
he
Savant
isn't.
is there with
He
the
isn't.
yeah, no, Savant is there with the Transcendence to keep him in.
There's the shatter.
Oh man, I told you, Caster's curse there. They were gonna build another one up again, and then like you said, look, they're backing up here, and it's because they want to yield a little bit of space. It's every team fight. It's a little bit of give and take. It's the flow of the tide of battle between these two comps.
Yeah, but now they know they don't have to back up so much. At first, it was, yeah, let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens. But then Beer Retired goes, charges into the corner like Bumper when he was still around or run away from and
man.
yeah, he makes his shatter valid, and now they can push forward because they can just invest ults. They use speed. They're gonna have another shatter now. They charge in, they get nothing, actually. But yeah, they can still push into this small room and trap Peachimari here.
Well, and there's the grab as well. The last of some of the ultimates spared from Prospect Solo to Academy. Already 95% to another trance. There's the shadow from being retired. It drops to the remaining members for Peachimari's just crumpling under the weight of the rocket hammer there. It's interesting in that fight in those closed corridors. We saw two different constructs deployed: the Bongo and the Immortality Field, both of which were destroyed by Ansel's bomb.
Yeah, I mean it's basically what you want to use the Immortality Field for in this comp, as a like Transcendence 2.0 to get away from all that damage that is being pumped out. But it isn't really working, is it? Because there's a limit to how much damage the Immortality Field can take.
Yeah, that's right. And you mentioned the Transcendence, and Savant says go in, presses Q. A little bit of hesitation we saw there, but now Weasel is going to be the last of the cleanup here. And the time bank has bled away. 30 seconds, another Graviton Sturge is going to come out. I think it went up into the air again. Homie just really trying to make these grabs work. Homie, this is insanity. Doing the same stuff over and over again and expecting a different result each time. But what is a little bit different here is the rally now coming out from Salad. I think this is the first rally.
Oh, look at this.
And the
they're getting back capped.
It's getting back capped. Who's on it?
It's Weasel. Oh no. Oh, Beer Retired just stood there in the corner of the point contesting so that they couldn't get the cap because he knew the team was going to come.
And the shattered ended all.
I don't know if that was seen on stream, but that was the extreme BM, the most extreme BM I've ever seen.
From Ben Retired.
That was SBD energy if I've ever seen one. Oh my God. I know Lastro didn't play main tank, but man, that was SBD energy.
Star in the chat, Prospect having candidate for MVP or Riot. I think after all of the DMX, the staggers that we've seen Star endure like an absolute champion this season, I think that Star is a really reasonable candidate for MVP. Star does not have it easy. I don't think that anyone understands the level of suffering that they have endured, which normally you would attribute that to like a Zenyatta player or a Genji player, right? just taking everything from the enemy team. But no, for this tournament, it's all been Star, just bearing it on their broad shoulders, like an absolute hero. Here, what is this? Only the chance for a draw, right? And the series is first to 3. Yeah. So if now opting for the quintessential GOATS composition, Peachimari's can hold this, then the map differential for Prospect Solo to Academy changes slightly, but it may only prolong the inevitable. And once again, it's a difficult task that they have to full hold, right?
Yeah, it's 4 minutes. I don't want to be pessimistic, but we all know how this is going to end. It's like going to the cinema to watch Titanic. It's a boat waiting to sink.
And that's exactly what has happened here on the objective. The boat, it didn't even hit anything.
3, 2, 1.
It's
ding,
already
ding, ding, ding,
sunk.
ding.
And that's the series. Prospect Solo Ult Academy takes a decisive victory from Peachimari's in the last week of the regular season, and they, I mean, again, their playoff dreams were already secured, but they really only fortified their position in the number 2 seed. Here's a massive shatter from Ben Retired. This is the kind of stuff that you guys have to look forward to heading into playoffs. And also, if you guys didn't get to catch the broadcast happened a couple of weeks ago between Prospect Solo Academy and Let's All Press Q, head over to YouTube, look up Prospect eSports Showdown, and watch that match casted by our wonderful staff member Athena and guest caster Newbeat. It was quite a fantastic display, and I think maybe even a little bit relatively closer as well. So again, Prospect Solo Academy, congratulations on their victory. Here in a few moments, we'll have our MVP and MSP votes going up. Make sure you cast your votes for who you think did the best on both teams and who you think just was absolutely a dead weight on the side of Prospect Solo Ult Academy. I think first up, we'll have the MVP for Prospect Solo Ult Academy. I would love the chance to get Ben Retired in here. Definitely a really good candidate, but there were others pulling the strings here in this matchup. Alligator, who would you say are some of the standout players from Solo Academy?
Man, that's a tough question. Like for me personally, it had to be Homie Kisser because those graphs, those were the most entertaining thing I've ever seen.
They got no
Those grabs
value.
into the air. Hey, that was
MSP performance.
okay. Yeah, it's arguably my top MSP pick, but hey, it's arguably the perfect fit for both MSP and MVP. But personal preference aside, I think being retired has done a really good job on that Rhine that as I was mentioning, that bumper style that we love to see with goats. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it could very well go to him. My second option, probably Ansel, because I feel like they aren't getting all the love they deserve. Like the diva player in the goats composition, uh, it's the bombs and that is it. Yeah, you can maybe eat some grabs, but that is all the protagonism you're going to have. And they've done a pretty good job at it. So not for the flashy plays, but rather for being the unsung heroes. Although I guess they all are. Um, being retired at first and Ansel at second for me.
Yeah, definitely standout players there. Well, actually, definitely crucial members of that composition. Ansel normally filling in the DPS role, rounding out the roster with their prowess over the damage dealing category of heroes. And actually, honestly, we typically saw that during Goats Composite, it was the DPS players who were going into those the roles that demanded the highest levels of consistency, like Zarya and Diva. Here as well, our poll for MVP of Peachimari's is up as well. They played a really good game against a really difficult matchup. Peachimari is also being relatively new to the Prospect eSports Showdown Prospect eSports Showdown family. We want to make sure that they also get the recognition that they deserve. So cast your vote for MVP of the Peachimari's as well, and we have MVP of Prospect Solo Academy is going to be Ben Retired. So here in a moment or so, we should be able to get them in the booth for a brief interview, get to pick their brain a little bit and see what the mindset is going into the playoff bracket. Once again, they are now number 2 seed. I don't think that will change unless the stars align in our next couple of matches. The bench and Let's All Press Q take our 3rd and 4th place seeds. DeCrew looking to take one of those positions. One of those games is actually happening here tonight after this game. Backseat Gaming is going to be playing, not broadcasted, of course, but definitely keep your eyes peeled as we head into playoffs. We might see a couple of changes. What isn't changing is Ben Retired's consistency and prowess over the quintessential barrier tank of Overwatch, Reinhardt. Ben Retired, congratulations on your victory. I am so glad that I got to cast for you this evening. How are you feeling after this match?
Hello. Kind of tired, not gonna lie. I we did a triple scrim before this. So we were already ready to go.
I see.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, I would
yeah,
be tired after a triple scrim as well. That's crazy. So
yeah.
no wonder you
We
guys
we
seem pretty warmed up.
yeah. Like
Huh.
our org is very like hardcore. They made us do 2-2-2 scrim because obviously that's still the actual Overwatch. And then they made us do goat scrim before the tourney, and then they made us do an open queue tourney match because we're gonna compete in open queue. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. That
Man,
is
that sounds tiring.
It is very tiring.
so.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead,
oh
alligator.
my god, I can't even go for half a game without one of my teammates going away or something in comp. How do you get through all of that? Like, where do you get the strength from?
Uh, I think it's just motivation and dedication. There's a lot of people out there. They say like they want to go pro, they want to go to the Overwatch League, right? But it's like they don't have the time for it, and especially during COVID, everyone's stuck at home. I just decided like, you know what, I'm gonna use abuse this time and take advantage of it and just do it. Um, yeah.
And you guys have obviously had a pretty good series so far in the tournament, sitting at number 2 seed for the goats tournament. But your next matchup is likely going to be against CC Vortex, which is undefeated, a map differential even a little bit higher than that of Prospect Solo Academy. And I mean, I haven't actually gotten to see too much of them. I don't think that we've gotten to see enough of them here on the Twitch channel. But what are some of your expectations going into that matchup against CC Vortex?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, C2 is gonna go against C3, so we don't see them
Oh,
until
you
grand
guys won't.
finals.
Oh man, so you
Yeah,
guys
we actually
have to
won't see
get
them.
there.
Yeah, yeah. So we're still like a step away. Ever since we got rolled by them, we've been just watching their gameplay. So, we are trying to upgrade our roster,
Hmm.
trying to have a better roster to go against CC Vortex. But yeah, they're really great players, and I'm pretty confident we might be able to get a very close match in. Now, I'm not saying we can roll them, but it might be close. Yeah.
That's definitely what we're looking forward to. So Ben Retired, really my last question to you, it's really not even a question. It is it is an ardent request from me. You can't see it. I'm actually bowing down behind my chair. Please win the semifinals game so that I can watch you guys play CC Vortex. Not just watch. I want to cast that game because that is going to be so exciting to watch. And I think if you guys keep playing as consistently as you have for the duration of the tournament, despite like you said, that there are definitely improvements to be made. I think that you guys stand a pretty good chance at putting up a really good fight. Um, Thank you for joining us, Ben Retired. It was such a pleasure watching you play this evening. I'm so excited to watch you play for the rest of the season and also going into Prospect eSports Showdown, the regular season as well. Going back to 222 should be a lot of fun. Thanks, Ben
Yeah,
Retired.
yeah, no problem. And I'll try my best to schedule a time that works because I'm not an admin and the staff or the admin decides on the server. So yeah, hopefully you guys can cast again. Really appreciate you guys coming out here, doing this for free and casting our matches. And just one last thing I just want to say. The match wasn't close, but the other team really had really great sportsmanship. So, because a lot of other teams they just like forfeit, they don't even finish the three maps. And at end of the day, it's all about just having fun. Because goats
Yeah.
is not a thing anymore. So I'm here to have fun, not to hear shit on kids or be
Yeah.
cocky and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's that. And last other shout out. This is off topic because just in case I don't ever get another chance. Um, I play Destiny 2 a lot. We are recruiting for a lot of tryhard players. So if you play Destiny
Ooh.
2, please hit me up. I am 1340 light. All right, I'm a hunter player. All right, that is all.
Thanks so much, been
Okay.
retired. Be sure to hit him up if you do play Destiny 2. And again, guys, for all of our viewers, look forward to seeing our main tank player for Prospect Solo Academy in the grand finals as well. I've got my fingers crossed, and so should you. Speaking of good sportsmanship, I think that we need to look no further than to the pinnacle of good sportsmanship. Maybe it's not even good sportsmanship, but just the ability to just take whatever you dish at them for the duration of this tournament. Star has not had it easy. Our voted MVP of Peachimari's has joined us now in the booth. Star, how are you doing today?
Hey, so first of all, I'm super nervous. Ever since the first match was casted and I was a candidate for MVP, I wanted it sent. So this is like really exciting for me. I am
Nice.
doing great, even though I I am doing great. I'm super happy. I had a lot of fun and I just have a lot of energy and like the game was good. You know, it wasn't close, but I still had a lot of fun and we're learning to work together as a team even more and hopefully we can improve in the future, which we will.
That is definitely the most important part, and we're all sure you will improve massively in the future. This team has a lot of potential,
Oh
and
yeah.
we all know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. We got to
And
see some
oh,
really good moments. But go ahead, Star.
Oh, and again, this is a lot of the Peachimari's first tournament, and
Mhm.
a lot, at least for me, I haven't been playing competitive Overwatch like this for long, like maybe 2 months about. So I haven't been doing it for long. So this is like all of our first. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. All of our first tournament, so it's mainly just about having fun and learning to grow and just having the experience on our backs.
That is
I
that
think.
is definitely all what it is about. And please don't be nervous. Like you say you say you're nervous about playing in a tournament. I've been seeing you play. I've been casting and it has been an absolute delight to see the gameplay. As you said, even if the game wasn't close, it was so entertaining and it's miles ahead of what I play. So please don't be nervous because the sky's the limit
Yeah.
and you're just starting.
And it's really funny, especially when um been retired solo shattered me all those times
Oh
and
no,
straight
yeah,
to
he's like.
diva. I absolutely love that. And it's just like all the positivity. Like there was like a little toxicity, but it was like fun toxicity. It wasn't like over the top, which was it just
Yeah,
really brought my mood
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It's all
And wait,
sometimes it's about the banter.
Mhm.
Peachamari is also hosting a tournament, right?
Oh yeah, we are. It's in August, I believe, and we're hosting a tournament. It's a bronze to, I believe, gold or plat. I'm not quite sure, but if anyone watching is interested in that, um, I don't quite know how to promote that, but if you add me on Discord, Star Cookie X number 6969, then I can give you the information and invite you to the server and such.
Yeah. I saw it the other day. I was I work with this league
I'm also
slightly close. Yeah, so you can talk to the league owner and then they can help you promote it.
Yeah, I'm also not the manager of PT Maris. I'm just a player. So Hippie or Stefan would have much more information about them. But again, if you just like add me, I can give you their information and stuff. But I'm not that qualified to actually talk about it because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just a player.
All right, I'll tell the other person to talk to. You said
Okay.
hippie, right?
Yes, Hippie. Hippie's
Okay.
for sale.
And
All right, sounds good.
no, that is definitely something that that the collective Prospect Esports family should absolutely be interested in. Maybe it's not playing, maybe it's watching. For me, it's definitely casting because Peach Amari's, even despite your short tenure here in Prospect Esports Showdown, which will hopefully continue into the regular season, you guys have definitely accrued quite a few fans. Myself being one of them. So absolutely, I
Yay!
look forward to seeing that promoted. I look forward to seeing you guys continue to play even if this was your your last match in the GOATS tournament here, whether it's in your organization's tournament or the regular season for Prospect Esports Showdown, I think that there's a lot to look forward to from the Peachimaris.
Well, I'm glad to have you as a fan and all the other fans. It means a lot to us. I can definitely say that. Thank you for having me in as MVP and on stream. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations! No, finally acquired is the title of
Finally, the
MVP.
first map. Oh my god, the
Making-
first match we did. I just wanted it since, and I finally got it.
Finally making all of the staggers, the abuse, the solo ultimates, all of it being worth it, culminating in this fantastic title that you have now obtained. Yeah, no, absolutely. Congratulations. Excellently played matches, not just tonight, but in all of your matches as well. And again, we'll look forward to seeing more from you guys.
Definitely wasn't possible without the support of my team, coaches, and just like the overall positive environment we're in.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, and heading into our last interview, guys, you guys are definitely going to stick around as I roast Homie, who was voted MSP for Prospect Solo Ult Academy, and I've only got one question for you, Homie. What on earth compelled you to grav over and over and over again, despite the fact that none of them worked when you yeeted them into the skies?
Okay, so you're not gonna believe this I told you, but when I got on, right,
Mhm.
I have like this guy who's really hot in my chat. He's like, "Hey, if you grab upwards, I'll send you a nude." So obviously I couldn't refuse that, so I did it twice, and I received fucking nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm scammed, dude.
It wasn't. I mean, you got MSP title for it. It was a little worth it.
Well, the game was really hard for me. Like I was really hard during the entire game. Like the guy was messaging me mid game, and I was AFKing. You know, like I kind of got scammed here.
In
Hey,
the Overwatch community, we call
Hobie,
that
don't
unlucky.
listen to him. Those grabs were absolutely beautiful. I wanted you for MVP only because of those grabs.
Don't listen
appreciate
to
So I
it,
just
man.
wanted to
Alligator.
say I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge
Hey, I
fan of those
appreciate it. I
grabs.
appreciate it,
Doesn't
bro.
matter what the reason behind them was.
Well,
But yeah.
you know, obviously, Zarya is a really important role.
No, it
for
isn't. It's easy
for
as
the
hell, bro.
what? It's
I
gonna be
just
really
looked.
important against
Listen,
CC
listen.
Vortex.
No, trust me. We're
Okay.
gonna get rolled by CC Vortex because we're bad at the game, all right?
Oh.
But that's
Oh my
besides the point.
goodness.
Zarya is so easy, bro. All I do is just like turn off my monitor and just torque on my keyboard. It's not that hard.
All right. The declaration's being made.
And correct me if I'm wrong, homie. You normally fill as the flex support player for Prospect Solo Ult, is that right?
Yep. They're
Okay.
a support player. Yep.
Gotcha. So honestly, being on this Zarya, it makes sense that it would come to you a little naturally since you're used to kind of playing in the mid lines and being attentive to a lot more going on. Are you
I actually
excited?
died less though, because on Zen I have 11 deaths per 10 because I keep on dying on cooldown
Holy
because my
moly,
team doesn't
dude.
protect me. Garbage diva player on my team, whatever. But anyways, yeah, Zarya is a lot of fun. It's very
Are-
brain dead.
Are you excited to return back to 222 to the regular Prospect Esports Showdown tournament?
I hate that. I would not play 2-2-2. I'd rather play 3-3 all day.
Really?
I just have
Wait,
beef in 2-2-2.
what? I'm locked in here with just mad people. Someone get me out. How can you
No,
wanna
I
Alligator,
play
hate
you're just
2-2-2.
crazy, dude. You're just crazy.
Listen,
I
I hate 2-2-2, bro. It is so boring,
Why?
okay?
Oh,
It-
I
Listen,
is
can't
I
believe
have
what
a
I'm
bunch of e-boys that
listening.
like to play flex queue, okay? I can't play with them. Those guys only play open queue. Me and my homies and my e-boys don't want to play Ghost. So, they don't want to play 2-2-2, so I don't play it. That's why
guys-
all my e-boys right here, we playing Goats.
I got you. Okay. All right.
Ah,
Well, a little
suffering.
unfortunate then that this season will be concluding relatively soon, and I'm gonna have to correct you, homie. I think that you're wrong. I don't think that you're gonna get rolled. I think that you guys definitely stand a
If
good
I
chance
don't
against
get
CC
rolled,
Vortex.
listen, if I don't
Yeah?
get rolled
Okay.
against CC Vortex, you owe me $10.
Oh wow.
Bet. I don't know
Things are getting
how.
All right.
serious here.
I don't know how you think I'm going to acquire $10, but yeah, no, you're on, homie. If you
Well,
guys don't
listen,
get
I
rolled,
can
then,
send you a mugging tutorial. I'm really good at mugging. I'm an ex-mugger. I used to
oh
like
no.
mug women because I hate women, but that's besides
Oh
the point.
god.
But yeah, I can send you a video. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Professional Mugger at 208. So that's my. If you want to be a professional street thief, let me know. But yeah.
Maybe that's the reason you got voted MSP is not because you're the most shittiest player, but because maybe you're the most shittiest person on
How,
Prospect
dude? Listen,
Vault
I gotta
Academy
make a
squad.
living. How do you think I afford my PC? This old lady had a
Apparently,
gold jewelry. I
apparently
slapped her.
bullying.
Listen, this old lady had like a diamond ring. I just slapped her and took her ring, dude. I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. You know, tough times out here.
It sure is tough. It's tough when
Listen,
you're
this
when you're locked
3080,
into
this 3090 Ti didn't pay for itself. Okay, a lot of old people died for that.
Oh goodness. Well,
Anyway,
well, thank you for
Wait,
joining
wait,
us.
wait, for
Oh yeah, what you
legal
got?
implications, everything I said is not true. Everything.
He's an innocent man. He's
Yes,
uh,
proven until guilty or some shit, whatever it is, whatever.
something along those lines. You're close. You almost had it there,
Yeah,
homie.
I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know the law.
hey, go celebrate your victory. You have
Thank you, thank
earned
you.
it.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
holding
for
you to that, bro. I'm holding you to $10 if you win against these
yeah,
people. Okay.
no, I'm looking forward to it. Like Alligator said, go celebrate your victory, but also prepare yourself. The next matchups for you guys are certainly
We
going to be
can't. Our
pretty
team doesn't want
challenging.
to scrim, dude. These guys,
What?
You
they
scrimmed
instead
3
of
times
scrimming,
today.
okay, that's for them, not for me. The only reason I got on because they promised me nudes, but I didn't get it, so I'm not fucking playing for these kids
You
next
got
time.
scammed. You got scammed.
Yeah. Okay. These guys don't scrim goats because they want to fucking watch Overwatch and tie together. That's the only reason they play 2-2-2. Because we have a Mercy one trick, we have a Pharah one trick, we have a Genji one trick, and we have Ana one trick. Okay. So we need 2-2-2. That's the only reason
Okay.
we're scrimming 2-2-2. These guys make moaning noises when they're playing Ana and Genji.
Oh God.
Like, oh,
Well.
Ana nano me, and when he gets natty, he's like, I'm
Oh
bleeding. Like,
God.
I mean,
okay.
yeah, makes sense.
That's why I don't want to play with these guys. And I got scammed today, so I'm probably gonna leave this team. Prospect eSports Showdown. I just got scammed by you guys and your team. I'm filing a lawsuit.
Oh dear.
Well,
We're in trouble. Big
thank you
trouble.
for joining us in the booth tonight, homie. Congratulations on your title, your MSP title. For
I
me,
actually got it twice, 2 times in a
most
row. I'm
oh,
kind of back-to-back champion.
that's
Uh,
and
yeah,
maybe a third
sure,
time
champion.
next year
Yeah.
as well.
For sure. If I don't get it a third time, I'm DDoSing everyone in the server.
I definitely have to vote
Vote for
homie
me, or I will
as
get your social security.
MSP in our next game.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely, guys, if you haven't already, follow Prospect Esports Showdown on Twitch so that you guys can get notified of when that next game goes live. We have a couple of more series that are going to be broadcasted before the grand finals, and then of course you guys definitely want to be there for the grand finals of the GOATS tournament as well. Congratulations once again to all of our MVP MSP candidates and to Prospect Solo Ult Academy for their victory tonight. Much more to look forward from them in the coming weeks, and also make sure that you guys stay appraised to the Peachimaris as well, and their journey in their organization and in Prospect Esports Showdown as well. For you guys, I have been Lord Thiethan, joined here tonight by Alligator. Alligator, it's been such a pleasure.
It has indeed. Thank you, man, for everything. And as you said, we'll see what the future brings for us here at Prospects Esports Showdown.
Absolutely. For those who are watching tonight, thanks so much for tuning in. You guys have a spectacular rest of the evening.